This is a pretty good game.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna play us some Stanley Parable.
Basically, just do whatever comes natural to you.
Is it streaming? It's not streaming. Stop streaming, stop recording.
Probably just gotta refresh the page.
It says I'm streaming Crypt of the Necrodancer, and I'm not.
Says, yeah.
Fucking thing doesn't like to update. It says I'm streaming Crypt of the Necrodancer. No, I don't want to hear my voice. It'll create a bad audio loop. Fucking thing doesn't like to update. Fucking mute it. Jeez. Okay, guys, we gonna play us a weird game. Hey, look, it's a computer within a computer within a computer. Is that how it's supposed to sound?
Yeah, it's an office.
Okay. What's going on, guys? Gonna play us a weird game. The Stanley Parable. So, let's play this, okay? Subtitles? Do I need subtitles?
I think there are some.
Closed captioning? Hell yes. Subtitles only? Full options? Subtitles only. You need to play me with some subtitles. Alright. Let's play. End is never the end, is never the end, is loading. Knee. It says knee. Hey Candy, we're playing us a weird game. Playing some Stanley Parable. I don't know much about this game other than it's weird, so I like weird games. So we can play some weird.
Oh, it's taking forever to load. On any game.
The end is loading. Never the end is loading. Is never the end is loading. End is never the end is loading. Click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Okay.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Aw. I'm glad Stanley is happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Huh?
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
This is weird.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay.
Oh, sensitivity.
Okay. Just gotta kind of explore. Can I see what type of stuff we've been typing? Where's the camera? The camera doesn't even exist. The camera is a lie. It said he'd been getting orders from a camera, and there's no camera in the room. Huh?
On the monitor.
No, it's set from the camera.
No, on the monitor. It even showed like press space on the monitor.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought that the orders are coming from the monitor to the computer. Okay. Are we even allowed to leave our office? Is that a thing? Can we even leave the office? Door's locked. This is creepy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who parted? Farted. That makes more sense. Parted doesn't make sense. Okay. That guy's got an interesting job.
Pencil pusher.
A pencil pusher. Does it say hate or love? Unreadable Mondays. Looks like H hate. Looks like it says hate. Who farted? Right. I turned off his computer. Am I gonna be fired?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Subtitles make everything better. Stanley's so confused. He has to go around touching every single thing. What does that say? I'm just gonna assume it says ale. It doesn't. MILF? No. Whatever. I like work. Just hate my boss. 436 has an attitude. Why are these peepers on the ground? It's chaos. Is this like Truman Show shit? What's up, my bro Chaneros? How's your swaglicious day? Mine is swagtastically swaglicious. I don't know why I can't pronounce words tonight. How are you doing, Death Attack? Doing alright, playing us some Stanley Parable. Don't know what's going on. Honestly, we're this close to having a mental breakdown. Everybody's missing. We haven't gotten any orders. What the hell? Be my Valentine. Okay. Turn off his computer, too. I'm doing swaglicious. Fantastic. I am glad to hear that. Who farted? Who farted, though? Seriously. That's a question we all need to ask ourselves in our lives.
Hey, blaze it.
Huh?
Blaze
Blaze
it.
it. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, touch one of the doors.
Pot next to it.
You have to go out of your way to dig up these shitty jokes. Alright, let's see.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
They said that I was a troublesome child. Who wet the floor?
Who wet the floor?
Yeah. It's a simple enough question. Okay. This is pretty funny so far. The announcer's good. I like it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, left always does lead to treasure, so... Hold on. I can't go back. Oh well. You've seen in the janitor closet for a while, it's funny.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive... Okay. Using sites to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your site has a thick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Aw. I feel loved. Number of slides on this slide. Charts, slides, charts, and slides. Okay. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Ooh. Yes, I see. Good information. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts, please. I'm begging. More charts. The Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your Boss Appreciation Specialist. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee, like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict, why did we hire you? Okay. What are your dreams for the future? Nature, talk radio, transition, plant life, football, comatose, less hairs, hope, pollution, a boat, mitosis.
Just stood there doing nothing at all.
Tips for not getting fired. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion.
To do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Let it ball up inside you. So you just stand there. Oh, I didn't get a chance to read it. Okay. Well, if I don't see the word synergize in here, I'm going to be very frustrated. All right, let's see what we got. Bi-quarterly post-review. We need less reviews. 402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net? Some sort of child trap. Work harder, hard worker. Work harder, hard worker. Teenagers, size of demographics, space between the teenagers. A lot of percent. Throw something in the ideas bin. It's the trash can. 1. No more bins. Trash can. 2. Renaming of the ideas bin. Firing of me. Ideas bin. Okay. I see. I see. What do people want? Things? What does that say? Happy feelings? Mike James, you are fired. Money? More money. Things. But with money to buy more things? Graphs? Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Oh, man. These guys are brilliant. I wish I could think like these. The stock market is somewhere here. Colored in segment. Stripes. Requires more secondary research. Target demographic teenagers. What is hot? One demographic. One graph. Okay. What is hot? Profits, profits, profits. Profits spelt like as in a messenger of God. Oh, man. I haven't been paying attention to chat. Let me take a look at chat here. Tips for not forgetting fired. So many charts and slides. Charts, slide, charts, charts, charts. So many charts and slides. So they're firing the ideas bin, the trash bin. Yeah, they were. Meeting room, floor 4XX. Monday, weekly targets, admin. Marketing Mondays. Okay. 451's private time. What? Question mark, exclamation point. Group 400X, group 45X. This box is too small. Tuesday. Termination Tuesdays. Fox office in efficient? Okay, whatever. Legal, question mark, groups 41X, groups 46X, Xbox, Wednesday, IT department, we're broke Wednesday, financial panic meeting, bosses inspection X, group 42X, group 47X, 8-bird, 8-bird, 8-bird over, I don't know why I get it, okay. It's probably some stupid joke or puzzle that I can't figure out because I'm an idiot. Cable planning, or it's group planning, okay. Mergers, what was written there before? I don't even know. Ideas and development, group 43X, group 48X, pre-review of weekly review. That's an important day, I can tell you firsthand. Friday, weekly review, pranking floors meeting, okay. What to do about 432. Don't tell 432 about the meeting. Group 44X, Group 49X, office party. That's the most boring of all the days. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Oh, that's just, Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Rest in peace, Franz. Franz? Okay. Targets. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Okay. Standardize graphs 40 times XY. Not efficient money. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Ongoing. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of... I saw synergize. I'm happy. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Okay. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Okay. Excuse me, jeez. Allergies are driving me nuts. Yes, charts and graphs. To do, synergize, there we go. Core value expenditures, shift global market parade, monetize free to play. Yeah, that's already been done, buddy. Top priority. Quarterly pie chart profits. Can we read? No, I don't want to read that. I don't care. I don't care enough. Never mind. Always valve. Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
You can't tell me what to do, disembodied voice. I'm my own person.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
What about Rocky Wrench over here? That's just being insensitive. It's not empty. Not to mention I'm in here.
Baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Fuck all.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Why?
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
You offer entertaining commentary, that's why.
You even know what kind of wrenches those are?
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. It didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Maybe you should have. You should put that in the bi-quarterly review.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
I
hope your friends find this concerning.
I type with perfect grammar, thank you very much.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. Or with drug money. Also, Stanley's addicted to drugs and hookers.
He got me nailed to a T. Like Jesus.
Well,
that's a bad joke.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species.
It's a robot.
Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person
video game mechanics
and filling them in
on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I'm pretty sure that's the end of his spiel. There's no way he can say anything else past that. Yeah, understand video games, Stanley. There's not even a jump button, man.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too. At the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. The fish. You can have all the details on that particular monkey. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
That makes me so happy. Oh my god, that's so funny. Holy shit, that's too fucking funny. You too. He just dicked around in the broom closet for like 10 minutes.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't like these doors because they close behind me.
This is a game you have to play over and over again, really.
Oh, so... I thought there'd be a lot more choice, given that, you said do what comes naturally. Alright. Alright. Just going through doors at the moment. Doors that lock behind me because I'm too much of an invalid to know how to open a door. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Where's the boss?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Oh.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Where is it? Type 8?
Stanley
Okay.
just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Yeah. How am I supposed to know the combination's 2845?
Just walk past it. It's behind you on the wall.
2845. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical forgot. But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story.
Well, whoop-de-doo. 1947.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. Stanley ventured forth into the newly opened passageway.
Hey, how come I'm not getting subtitles anymore? It's still on. Now I don't have a cursor anymore. Okay. Things are getting confusing. in a way that they shouldn't be. Confusing. That is. Link plus. Okay. Let's see the original mod on Half-Life called Stanley. Oh. I learned me something today.
How many have you drank?
Like a quarter of the vanilla one, because it's thick and pretty gross.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
No, you can have it if you want. It's good. It's just it's ice cream. It's not a milkshake. It's ice cream. So, use the spoon.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What? Not without some sort of weapon. Are you kidding? I wouldn't do that. I don't fucking think so.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
To trust the narrator or not to trust the narrator? Well, left always leads to treasure. But I'm curious. In real life, I'd take the escape.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Probably not. I mean, he likes to play around in blue broom closets and can't open doors. I hate Mondays.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored
Freaking out,
in this
man.
place where freedom meant nothing.
I kind of want to see what the plot that the narrator has, and then we can see what happens when we circumnavigate afterwards. I forgot what our number was already. Oh well.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Could be. I mean, that sounds pretty plausible.
No.
Oh, no!
He refused
No!
to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
No! I want to go back. You said don't get on it yet. Crap. I'm sorry.
It was
Jeez.
unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
I
Had he
didn't mean
truly
to.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
That's my bad. I didn't see it till just now, so I feel bad. Crap.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley...
I want to know. We can get back there pretty quickly.
all of his co-workers were gone, what could
I'm
he
pretty
do?
committed to getting my
Stanley
jokes.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud.
What could it mean?
He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded
What happens
the
if I put in
terrible
2845?
secret that lay buried below his feet.
2,
And so
8,
the boss had assigned
4,
it an extra
5.
secret pin number. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let
The
the
narrator
narrator talk.
talk.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
It's so stupid. Such a rush, he didn't let the narrator talk.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Neat.
So it's the same shit. So they have 2 right answers.
And if you get it wrong,
Yeah, fair enough. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. Okay, this tastes gross now. I don't like it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
Mind
Control
control facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
was like
with television
$4.97?
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
That sounds about right. 427.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
Looks
The
about right.
lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I feel like shit's just spawning because there's nothing there.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I can't accept it. I'm in shock, man. I'm in too much shock. Go back to the light bulb. Light bulb. And press it. I can't. There's a door in the way. Oh. Okay. He couldn't believe it, so he turned everything off and went home. That's what I'm betting. Secrets mode engaged. Never give up on your dreams. High resolution secret texture. Secrets. never go be crap. What? Go Secret Rangers. Secrets all the way. Secrets Room 2014. Never give up on your dreams. Secret of the year every year. You never go big rats. Don't touch the secrets. Secrets. Once you go secret. Secrets for the President 2016. Disco Secrets. William hides the best secrets. There is no turning back. Alright, that was better than I was expecting for. This is so stupid.
No, he refused
To believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never!
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it
Was it
even
even possible?
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
This guy reminds me of the guy from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and Little Big Planet.
But here was the proof. The
Heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy, or sad, or content.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Let's do red, orange, green, blue, purple. Nothing, huh?
That's because it's powered off.
Well, the power button didn't work. Oh, there is a crouch button. Okay. That was fun. That last secret was pretty great. Disable, console disabled. Okay. Stanley went around touching all the computers. He has an insatiable appetite of touching things. Oh, that's a big red button. It's not something to push, obviously. Apparently. Swirling lights. Woo. These are all offline. So let's go up here. I like to explore. You never know. The narrator's gonna flip out on you for no reason. Like for hanging out in a broom closet. Four. That door. Nope. There's a door. Oh, they got numbers on them. Where's 3? Well, that's 5, but everyone knows 3 comes before 5. I learned that in high school. He likes to touch things like a little kid. Shut up. 3. 4. 5 was like back here-ish, right? I don't remember. That's 3. That's which is not 5.
Whoa.
There's 5. Is there a 6? Oh. I thought that's where I came from, though.
Came from behind you.
Did I? I legitimately thought that this is where I came from, but it doesn't make sense to me now that I think about it because the doors close upon entering said rooms. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. Dog, come on.
If you want to read stuff, put it to the corner of your screen.
Still can't read it.
That makes it easier to read. Makes the hex bigger.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
It might kill everybody, though. But everybody's missing, so...
There's like 100 different endings in this game.
That's sweet. Let's get them all in one night.
Oh, geez.
Scared.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won.
I won.
He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Wow.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
Wait. What's wrong with Stanley? Because this was like a console room. And now it's just the only walkway leads into freaking outsideness.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Aww. I beat the game, guys. I beat the game, that's the achievement says. The end is never the end.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's so much shit to do, though. There's so many choices. There's left, there's right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Does it change it much if I push on at the end?
Probably.
Alright. Fuck, this is gonna take a while. Hey, what's up? Wonderful narrating, 10 out of 10. You're awesome. Takes awesome to know awesome, my friend.
Feeling a wave of
We're going to
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
Stay in the
boss's
break room for a
office,
while.
hoping he might find an answer there.
Shit. Well, we'll do that next playthrough, which will
Coming
be
to
pretty
a
quickly.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
We'll
office.
do that next playthrough. It'll be fast. I mean, it's not like there's... What? What? Wait, why? Did they unlock this stuff open now? Oh my god, it does! Ah! There's too much. That's too much choice. I can't control it. Just put me back under mind control.
I think we all know the drill by now. Blah,
Okay.
blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons.
Oh, look.
It's
It's
a new
new
passageway.
passageway.
Kill surprise.
I don't even know what that means. Kill surprise. It's just, there's not even an animation for it.
Pretty sure it just opened up actually.
Did it? I gotta check that out. The only way to go about this and not get lost and confused with what choices you have and have not made is to slowly work our way backwards from the end,
Stanley
doing
watched
every
ahead through the large
other...
door that read Mind Control Facility.
Go. We gotta hang out in the executive bathroom for a while. Like forever. And never leave.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with
Television screens.
What horrible secret did
Did
this
place
hold?
hold, Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Apparently all the doors are gonna open. At least a lot of the doors. The very first time you play through it, they want you to play it the vanilla way.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their
The true nature revealed.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley,
See, I knew there was nothing.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom
It meant nothing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under
They chose
someone's
the perfect
control
narrator
all
for this.
time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
See,
That his
even the pole
emotions had been
descends.
manipulated to accept it blindly?
It makes sense for the this thing.
No.
What is it called?
He refused to believe it. He couldn't
The lift
accept
for
his
to
own
scroll
life
down,
in someone else's
but not
control.
the pole that the lift is on.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was
The
it
Sans
even
voice?
possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof.
But here was the
heart
proof.
of
The heart of the operation.
Controls
labeled with emotions. Happy or sad.
or sad,
or content.
or content. Walking,
But hey,
eating,
just take it from me, kiddo.
working, all of it
Sometimes you
monitored
just
and
gotta know when to give
commanded
up.
from this very place.
Just like I did.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Headbang
Oh,
it.
Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After
Yeah.
they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Control?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
Oh.
I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
Nuclear detonators.
to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
Duck and cover.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now.
Shut up.
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Shut up! Oh, you asshole.
Moments until the
What an asshole.
What precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
Okay.
What all this means. I barely know where to start.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
You're an asshole. What the fuck?
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I don't know what to do.
Stanley, is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons.
I don't know where that is.
These colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
This is a video game.
Can be beaten? One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose is?
Re-enter password.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Oh my
You're
god.
only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every
What an asshole. You made humble.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first.
So you can't. There has to be a way.
Take a look at
Make like a log and get out.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Get out! There is no get out! There's the facility power.
You being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
There's nowhere to go. You say get out, but there's nowhere to get out.
Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second.
Hit the off button.
Of life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever up.
Oh, okay. So that's what happens when we hit the on button. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but it's not like I have enough time to figure that shit out. And that's way too long a game to have to go through to get to each point. Yeah, screw you. How do you make an egg roll? You push it. I'm seeing shit. I'm seeing blue shiny shit.
But Stanley simply couldn't.
Handle the pressure.
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Hide under my desk.
Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be
happy.
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
The game ended. Because he died in his office. Because you can't. Go through the right door after being in here. Oh, you mean at the beginning.
Were gone. What could it mean?
No, we can't go
Stanley
right yet.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We gotta go through the exit. The exit that's the escape that's written in blood.
When
And we gotta
Stanley
hang out
came
in
to a set of
well,
two open
hold on.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're jumping way too ahead of ourselves here. We gotta do this shit.
Yet there was not a
We gotta
single
systematically
person
work
here either.
backwards.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Why? Why can't I go do things my way?
Oh, I thought you... Well...
Let me do things my way.
Well, you might have to come all the way through here again.
That's fine. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Wait, is it a single... Is it just a quick joke?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I thought you were going to do that. I'm sorry.
Here's the door, just go.
The end is never the end. This one's quick like the disco one. Restart, please. This one. What? Well, we'll do it. We'll do it soon enough. We gotta go through the escape that's written in blood down the creepy passageway. Narrator's gonna be pissed off that we detracted his story. Yeah.
Stanley walked
Derailed the
straight
story.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Written in what looks like Sharpie or blood. That's not creepy.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
We're probably gonna meet our violent death. I don't doubt the narrator anymore. Wait, I'm paying attention. I don't want a jump scare though. Jump scares
The
are
door
cheap.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had
Had
every
every
opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Here we go. it's as obvious as it can get. It's a shaft of death. Woo! Just loading. Okay, that was pretty good. All right. Oh, it's still going. What? Hello, shaddy lad.
The machine whirred into motion, and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise. He reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
No!
Stanley,
What? What was in between the things? I should have paid more attention. Well, bye. You fucking douche.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Wow, how's that for misdirection, huh? Humor comes from the unexpected. True story. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
They changed narrators. This is weird. Like, it's just a big empty room. Okay.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Yeah, pretty much. We're all dead the second we're born. Nature paintings. Fantastic. Stanley's computer. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor had been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Filing cabinets. Office computers. Employee database. Can't even read that one, but whatever. What do we got over here? Oh, here, hey. The 2 doors. The set of 2 doors, 2 open doors, was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. Exploration, the contradiction this room posed. Huh. Interesting. The office. Okay. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Okay. I turned these off. They're haunted. Alright. What do we got? We got the credits, of course. These guys are cool. And the impeccable Kevin Brighting as narrator. Everyone knows left always leads to treasure. The office. Dirty Xerox machine. Maintenance room, an early version of the maintenance room. Can't see the images because it's a swell of text. If someone could just get rid of the text, maybe then I could see what this game is about. Words, words. Okay. The point of Stanley Parable HD Remix is to lose. Great. The point of Stanley Parable HD Remix is to win. Oh, okay. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? These are screenshots of Stanley Parable HD Remix. More endings, fewer endings. More narrators, fewer narrators. More Stanley, less Stanley. Greenlight. In September 12, we submitted Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. It basically just said, screw the community, we do what we want. Okay. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage... Well, sapient. It means sapient. The action game would become sapient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of this game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our interpretation. Isn't that what I said? What'd I say?
Interpretation.
Oh, I meant to say intention. I just read it right. I read it right, but my mouth read it on autopilot wrong. More of the office. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. From new results. Subject. Okay. What is the strange number? Can you tell me the significance of the number? Okay. I would have loved that. Killing aliens in the narrator. Question from Odo Tampio. Are you a rock? Will playing the Stanley Parable help me make friends? I don't have any friends. So I need life advice. Actually, you could talk to me. There is a skeleton inside of you. There are more skeletons in this world than humans. Thanks and goodbye. That's true, actually. Okay. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Congratulations, congratulations. In line with our previous announcement, we wanted to tell you... Greetings, omnipotent voice. I wanted to tell you I like the Stanley Parable as much as I like seeing a humorously small badger in swim trunks. Indeed, I liked it as much as I like walking in the park, watching the sunset, and dare I say it, pushing buttons. James. Oh. Streaming to Twitch can be a very good thing. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first created November 11, second March 12, and the third in February 13. That's the current one, yeah. Obviously, because it doesn't go higher up. Yeah. What's this? The cups were different? Okay. What's this? Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as kind of an addition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mockup is still in the game. That's the elevator. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. When players found it too difficult to understand which one was up. Countdown room. An earlier edition version of the countdown room. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Countdown desk. How stupid do you have to be, right? One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. I don't know how it cracks me up thinking about it, though. Okay. Zending. The screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Okay. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. I don't know if that's meant to be intentionally humorous or not, but it is. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume the game. Oh, the old escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Zending levers. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. Aww. He's just joking. He's dumber than that. The apartment timer. In the previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. This is up. You are correct. That is up. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Okay. Reminds me of Portal. Okay, so this is here. The layout for this kind of museum is kind of confusing. Meeting room. Maintenance layout. The flow of the hallways following the first doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but only it was the simplest design version that worn out. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't want to read them just yet, because I don't want to know what happens when I go right. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, which each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. Features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of Stanley Parable. Is there no sound? It's the same engine of many... Oh, right, because it's Valve. I don't know why I'm forgetting this simple fact. Alright, I'm bored watching this trailer. There's still more Stanley Parable to explore. Oh. I heard sounds and I didn't know what they were. This was the notes to the narrator. Alright. Well, like I said, you know, left always leads to treasure. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Office clock. Some of this stuff doesn't need to be categorized, guys. Employee lounge. Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Mind control facility escape. Oh god, there's so much. Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue over the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from the early takes that were not used in the final game. I don't have time to just sit here and wait for those things. And I might not even, probably can't even hear them very well, so they need to jack up the audio in that room. Freedom ending. This is the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Hey, baby kitty. Baby kitty won't be petted. Just said played. God, I'm weird. So we explored it all. Alright, I guess we're done here. Hi, baby kitty. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
You want to see the baby kitty? It's not easy. Come here. Oh, say hello, Simba. Oh, you fluffy, fluffy guy. You love to be held. Make sure you're close enough to the microphone that we can hear you purring. Aw. Aw. Come here. This is how he likes to be held.
Like a little baby.
He likes to be held like a little baby. Aw. He was so fluffy. And lovey. I love you, baby kitty. Aw. Okay. Here, Daniel, you can take him back. I love him and I want to hold him, but I gotta play Stanley Parable. Okay. Alright. On and off. So we end the game by turning off? Glad you guys, that's funny. I'm glad you guys like the baby kitty.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Me and the narrator?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
We have a codependent relationship, the narrator and me.
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Poor narrator. Poor new narrator. Huh?
Poor Stanley.
Poor Stanley. Baby kitty, you're so sweet. Alright. Is this one of the endings where it was obvious that you need to do that? Because it's not obvious for me.
Yep.
Alright. The game is now paused. The end is never the end. Baby kitty. You're so soft and fluffy. Alright.
All of his co-workers were...
Now we gotta go check...
No, this isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Now the narrator's getting confused? What?
Whoa.
What?
Oh, never mind.
Touch the door with the numbers 436. There's no door.
Yeah, well, there will be eventually. Or turn around.
There is no door with 436. There's 437.
Okay, maybe eventually.
This is 436. 436 doesn't get its own room. The narrator's getting confused now, though. That's pretty great. Let me guess, this door opens now? Really? I meant 426. Okay.
We already did that.
But we did do that one. Or was it... We'll just touch all the doors, it's fine. We'll see if one opens.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We gotta check out the executive bathroom now.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
Oh, yeah,
of
he already
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Really? Do more endings unlock as you play it? Because that seems to be what's happening. Executive bathroom. Yes. Yes. I've got the feeling money's for stealing. But not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse. Extreme bathrooms. Time.
Interesting.
It changes every time you restart. Nothing to say, narrator. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed.
Well, I guess you could always go down the stairs.
No, there's still another room over here.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Is that a picture of a guy shooting a panda? What the fuck? What? I don't understand. Business strategy? What the fuck? I don't... What? Oh, there's an elevator.
Doors monthly.
Doors Monthly. I need to subscribe to that magazine. Indoors Monthly. Time. Literally time, though.
Doors monthly.
Which one's up and which one's down?
I already told you. Oh.
Smooth jazz. We're gonna hide in the corner because I'm paranoid when I play games. Try to get out. Just random papers and shit. Recommendations from the Overnight Committee, January 18th, 91. It's one day before my birthday. For the, not the year, but a short history of the something. Fuck it. Okay, this is boring. Is this like another dimension? Looks like a drawing. Never mind, it's all over the place. So there's nothing here. There's just nothing. The elevator's a joke.
Me too.
Me too?
We'll go forward a little bit. Maybe there's a different dimension or something.
Why? Apparently it's not one of those buttons where you have to push the button and then let go. You have to actually... as soon as you push the button, it's done. If you let go, it would...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What's up,
Stanley
Death
decided
Attack?
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Try to get on the chair. I've tried to get on chairs. They won't let me get on chairs. They won't let me. It's frustrating. Because I want to get on the chairs. In this room. We play it. Well, I guess I can go back and... This area is not shut off yet. Closed. Whatever.
No
Which
matter
chair?
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
This is the best cubicle of them all, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Got the best view.
it does. Try to get on the chair in this room. I mean, I did earlier.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
Nor did it advance the story in any way. Then get out the window. What? Try to get on the chair, then get out the window. Is that a thing? Go out the window. There is no... What are you guys trolling me? There's no window.
Dude, you gotta get on the chair first.
Well, either I...
Chair right there.
Either I can't do that yet, or, I mean, there's no... Yes, it's a glitch. No.
Probably that chair is right in front of you.
This one right here?
The one to your right,
This one?
probably.
You can get on the chair. Is there a specific method to getting on? Oh, I gotta look up. Okay.
Yeah, you probably get it on there from you.
434. Yeah. Ah! Okay.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for
It's insightful witty commentary. Nature of video game structure. Its examination of structural narrative tropes.
So, now that you're here, what do you think?
This is a fun and unique place to be. Why don't we go take a minute to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now.
What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Then in that case, we'll
Continue.
But now,
Because the real question, what do you think would have happened
if
if
you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
I think it would have changed what you
Would I
said.
have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
A sick week
Now,
of it.
think about it. Would it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you just played the other option, and now you come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice is the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are
one of the lucky ones.
Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever
and ever.
Cheers.
Can you open the... I don't know how to open the debug menu. Huh?
Go to options, controls, keyboard and mouse, edit keys, go down, console.
It's tilde.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't gotta change it. It's usually tilde.
Well, sometimes it's not found.
Okay. Doesn't do anything though. Does he want to hear him, or should I? Just want to tell him, or should I? Well, I'm pushing tilde and it doesn't do anything. Alright. Oh, narrator. You know me so well. It's like we're destined to be together.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Is it a speed thing? But
You're on the chair now.
I'm on the chair, but I'm not on the desk.
Crouch maybe?
It's a speed thing. Hold on. No! Fuck my life. So hard to break the game. Quote unquote break the game. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, Stanley. Press that squiggly line top of the... Yeah, it's called the top right of my keyboard.
Is it?
No, it's the top left of the keyboard. That's what the tilde is.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything though. We'll rebind it. That's what we'll do. We'll just rebind it. It's not a problem. We'll rebind it to tilde.
Rebind it to plus or something, I don't know.
Plus.
Double click.
Can't math. Oh, I see. It's tilde. It's plus. Alright. Still doesn't do anything. Is my nope. Alright.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd
Broken the map.
until
Until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
It's not
Why
doing
don't we
anything.
take a
I'm pushing
minute
it.
just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Oh, you have to turn it
Well,
on.
I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now.
You could have done it just then.
Now would also be an appropriate time to quit.
Any of these points, and so many more.
All of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to
try to make this as miserable as possible to see how long you can maintain.
This is quite nice.
Yeah.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, He was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
I don't have buttons on this shirt.
Did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Actually, the guitar is pretty nice. I guess the guitar just keeps playing.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone.
Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. Hell yeah. Screw those guys. I'm glad the narrator deleted them.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference,
nor did it advance the story in any way. Alright, we gotta go down now.
Set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I can't deny math. I Google it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, let's see. You bring the game up in Steam, right-click the game.
Yeah, it's when you launch the game.
Oh, well, we'll do that later. I'm having fun just playing the game properly right now. I'm sure there's a good joke in there, though, so we'll do that.
Yeah,
but Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Seriously.
He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Maybe I am
All
crazy.
my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Oh no.
No, Stanley said to himself. This is
all too strange. This can't be real.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm dreaming!
This
is all a dream!
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring
real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me,
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
He thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, This was not a dream.
Oh.
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Perception is your reality.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the button.
It restarts the game.
It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
It's a good thing I never went down the first time I played it. This would have been really weird. I would have been weirded out by this game. Oh, still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Also, there's one that has an adventure line in it. Get
This
it.
is the story of a woman named Marianne.
What the fuck?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Schadenfreude.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Schadenfreude.
But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. That went on for a decent amount of time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
We gotta go
Perhaps he
right
had
now.
simply missed a memo.
Yeah.
Is it 3? Oh. Go to bed. Ah! I didn't mean to. Okay.
Tomorrow Saturday.
Yeah. I hate Mondays. That's what the coffee cup said. Good night.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I actually got confused for a second there.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wait, we could do the one where you go in the boss's office.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all.
Oh, really?
Just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Yeah.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Totally worth it. Then go back to Stanley's office. Alright.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered
Border
on
on creepy.
and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Oh. But I can read this. Not really. Journal of something. Day 43. I can't read it. Oh. Hey, look at that. Journal of extended exposure to lounge day 41. What is it about this place? The weeks I've spent here, they feel like they were seconds. Seconds. I can't read that. Something by extension. Then feel so small they might as well not end. It is the nature of this room, its exposure. Wait, it the relative of the room, its exposure calls to me. I can't read this. This is taking way too long. I want to read what it says, but it's just, it hurts my head. My eyes to strain that much.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
We'll do that one after this one. Now there's two rooms. Left and right. Left always leads to treasure.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh? That's the meeting room. We don't want to go to there. Just forget that place. We know what happens if we go through that door. Oh. I guess we could go that way right now, actually.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You should go up here and then leave before the door closes, right? Where you go in the boss's office, but get out before the door closes. It's this door in particular. Okay. I'm paranoid. I don't know how far away I have to go before it closes. Not this door. Not this one.
Here's the door.
the door, the door opened back up for me. The doors don't open back up, so that's funny. This is gonna be good. All right. He couldn't face his boss, so he went back to his office. Hey, I can't go back to my office. That's bullshit, man. Okay. It's broken. I'm gonna try it again. So I go back to the office. But I can't go back to the office because the door closes. And heaven forbid Stanley can open the door. Maybe you have to go through the right door. I always did. Oh well. I did go through the right door. The left door. It's fine, I get dyslexic. So I get confused and shit too. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Okay? I guess we go down. It's the same ending. This door's locked too. Oh, so I'm just fucked. This whole ending is just bollocks. Okay.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait, what?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Type face punch when you restart again. The narrator got sick of the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So ridiculous.
Here's the door.
Huh? Oh, it's a hallway. Oh. You are now leaving. Escape pod bay floor 760. It's a lot of stairs. This is, but this is where we came to, this is the window we walked out of. Now walk 8 floors, stories, slave walk. Whatever, that's fine. It's a video game, it's not like it takes too long. It is dark in these halls though, so I don't like that. 757. $758. It's getting darker and darker. 759. 780. Escape pod launch. 760. Wait, was it always? Wait, I don't understand. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to the numbers properly. Escape pod launch bay. Escape. Hold on, I'm confused. I'm lost. Let's do this. Face punch, remember. Okay. Oh, it's still loading. Really? That's lame. Okay. I don't know how anybody could have ever, wow, figured this out.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Even the plant.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I don't like it, guys. Face punch. Alright. I am in control of my destiny. We're gonna go right. No, we're gonna go right,
when Stanley
elevator.
Came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's too much of the same color. It's making me
Yes.
uncomfortable.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay. So Stanley was a spiteful little shit and took the elevator.
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Well, it seems like my decision is easy this time around.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, okay. Or was it to the right of this
No,
right?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I
Treasure
thinking?
always
It's
left.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Left always leads to treasure.
Now, let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely
This way. Play basketball? With what? Oh, it's probably something that's coming up. Alright. Oh, it's a joke.
No.
This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet.
Yes,
This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Oh,
Okay.
I don't want the spoilers.
Back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole
the story completely unusable.
How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Pirate. One of them said pirate. Wait. Pirate. Pirate. Nothing. Okay. Alright. Yes, the adventure line. I don't know what that means.
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
We're gonna go right.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What?
When Stanley... Wait,
What?
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
This is
Okay,
ridiculous.
then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
It's an adventure.
Let's find the story.
Oh, dude. Left always leads to treasure. My pirate sense is ticking. Climb the stairs, Stanley. By stairs, I mean the chairs. Come on. Stop being stubborn. Climb the damn chair. Can he not climb these chairs? He probably can't.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Wait, what? I type pirate.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, alright.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
You're doing a bad job. What if happens I just chill in here for a while? So much shit to try in this game. It's hard to not want to just dick around for a bit. Alright. Why don't we go back?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
This is so stupid. This is different. Oh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! And it really paid off, so good job. Oh no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, it's loading. Wait, this is an actual restart. The Stanley Parable Adventure line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Adventure line. Why? Oh man, do I follow the adventure line or do I not follow the adventure line? Because I feel like this can go different ways. We'll follow it for right now. Yeah, we're gonna follow it.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
Yeah.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Okay. What the fuck? Just fucking madness, dude. Oh, this is so stupid. Monthly ledgers, donation reports, department. Wait, go back. Go back where? Go back where? You gotta give me more info.
Wait, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay, I'm at the files. Now what? Excuse me, shit. Is it too late? Do I gotta do it again? I don't get it. Door's closed. There's a square right there. You see it? I see it. What happens if I just stare at it for a while? Nothing. Nothing happens. Another square.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
The adventure line. I get it. Just reaches back there.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you.
Pirate.
After everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh. The mysterious 437.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
What do you want our story to be?
Go wild, use your imagination.
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Just a bunch of turns. It's like we're buddies. We're forging this journey together.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms.
Yeah.
Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
No lines in our awesome story. You're not invited to our awesome story party. Woo! Dinosaurs. Woo! Oh, I'm having so much fun with this game. This is exactly the pick-me-up I needed. There's no jump button, unfortunately. Alright, just you and me, narrator.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
How important we mustn't squander this opportunity.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere. Which means that somewhere
We're at the place where we're trying to go. There must be
a reverse door
that leads
here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
I can't think that far.
Starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Left always leads to treasure.
Since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley.
Our destiny awaits. The confusion ending. You've been playing the confusion ending for 16 minutes. The confusion ending?
The confusion ending? You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
We're supposed to
restart the game. What? Eight
times?
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this.
There is no longer an office, simply black space. Wander in the darkness, find a bookstore, get bored and leave. Narrator starts the game.
Consulted me. Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this?
Narrator's gonna for 4th time Stanley dies.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know?
Narrator forgets about the previous restarts.
Will something happen? So, okay.
Narrator forgets about previous restarts.
I guess now we just wait.
Attempts to play the story but is prevented.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination.
Nonsense,
or the
philosophy,
journey,
and music.
They're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Oh, man. Go through the left door, then touch the first painting you see. Sure. We can do that. Go through the first left door. Left door.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Employee of the Year. Aww. Very good. Did we do everything? I feel like we've done everything. I feel like there are no more choices. I don't know anymore.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers.
He never functioned well by himself, and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. Still more to do, okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh yeah, here. Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion, will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. So it's $6,000 to kill yourself off the cargo lift. Just got done playing this game for the first time. I'm still trying to digest all of the awesome. I've been trying to play nothing but awesome games.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now,
Jump from it? Not yet.
For me, I'm asking for her.
No, we'll jump later. I'm sure it's just
This is it,
another
Stanley.
restart.
Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, jump onto the walkway. Okay, well, we'll do it a little bit. Let's do this way first. We gotta. I gotta establish some stuff first, else I get confused. So we'll just do it this way first, and then we'll come back and we'll do it some more.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No, I gotta do the straightforward approach first, guys. I gotta do the straightforward approach first. We'll unplug it in the next time. Gotta answer the phone first. You have to experience it first, and then you deconstruct it.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Hey. Good morning, employee 427. Press P on your keyboard. No. I don't want to press P on my keyboard. Shit.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Fine. What, the numpad isn't good enough for you?
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Oh, this reminds me of that one guy in the Remains of Edith Finch.
Was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
There is no TV. Oh, there is a TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press U to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
How you doing, CC Decibels? I never said hello to you. I read your message, but I never said hello. Hope you're doing okay. Press O to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls, and down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh. Press 9 to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
You to tell your wife you love her. I love you.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Yeah. It's just like the Edith Finch guy. I forgot what that guy's name was. But it was sad.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
No. Nothing's gonna happen, huh? Nothing's happening. Nothing's gonna happen. It needs me to push the G button to continue. I'm gonna wait till that finishes the minute. Actually, that's moving at the pace of a normal clock. Okay, we'll finish the minute. Guess we're just gonna push the button. I don't want to push the button. I want to listen to the narrator. Whatever. We done.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press B to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And
And Stanley pushed a button. Okay. The end is never the end.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
For a second there, I thought we had a new path. I was excited. Employee of the Year.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the
Alright,
meeting
let's
room,
deconstruct the
and Stanley knew
phone
perfectly
by
well. Perhaps he wanted to
unplugging
stop by
the
the
phone.
employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley
for the first time understood true happiness.
Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again.
Then
Then
it came back, and it
and
lingered
lingered
for a minute or two.
Now it's only half there. Just a kind of,
Tingle.
tingle. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
That's pretty great, man.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
All right.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside.
Turn on
let
face
her
punch.
back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
I was typing face punch. Son of a
Stanley,
bitch.
is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
I didn't. I was just trying to.
Okay, there we go. All right, now I want you to come in and tell me all about.
I was just trying to. Gotcha.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
Can I go that way?
I'm trying to get you to see.
Should I just
something.
restart now?
Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Alright, that was worth it just to see that. That was worth it just to see that. That was funny. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Always
be?
been in your story.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct
Seems
way
I'm
to
not
the
the only
meeting
one
room,
with the
and
ability to
Stanley
save
knew
and
perfectly
load.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
Tried
lounge
reaching my
first,
save
just
file.
to admire it.
But I couldn't reach it.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
Yes.
I mean, truly,
Truly,
deeply,
deeply, madly love. Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Lift takes so long.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Now, I'm not asking for me,
I'm asking for her.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. Oh, no.
You just unplugged them.
That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves.
Yeah, bullshit.
Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices?
Wait.
What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you
Roughly at safe decision making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
This is so stupid.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
What?
Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
What? The game is beginning to deteriorate. What? Oh. Hey. Oh. Right. Okay, back to the left. What, you want me to take the left? Again? Don't jump off the lift? Oh, it's got a safety.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off
The platform and dying.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
This is pretty wonderful. That door is too small for the van. The door is too small for the van. Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh man, this game cracks me up. Okay. What's the decision?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Is it gonna legitimately force me to beat the game properly now? I wouldn't put it past the creators of this game.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. Right.
This is so
When
ridiculous.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, choices. But there are choices.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Fuck. Oh my god. This game cracks me up. I giggle like a giddy schoolgirl playing this shit. Should I just not listen to anything he says, period? Okay.
It's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Like so much garbage.
It's purple now. What am I supposed to do?
Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Uh-oh. What happens if I actually listen to him? It's just worse though.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. You. I thought you were so clever.
Shut up,
Now
Flowey.
you really are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
It is funny.
You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you.
You child.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm very tempted. Should I do it? Should I not do it? He's not wrong, you're laughing like a child now. Because it's hilarious. If you don't laugh this hard when you're playing this game, I don't think you're playing the game properly. Yes.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly.
No, it's the same shit. Oh, never mind.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story
Wait, everything
first.
seems to be
I'm quite
elongated.
Sure you'll be up to the task.
Never mind.
Just follow my lead and you'll
It's
be
proper.
Fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as
Alright, this is boring. Is it gonna do it anymore? Because I'm gonna go left now.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I'm gonna go
he
left.
entered the door on his left.
Go left? Alright, we're done. Alright. We get to fuck up all the other choices now.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I thought this was about choice, buddy. Where's the choice? You don't trust me? It's like you don't trust me or something. What happens if I leave the door before the door closes? Wow. What? Okay, this is new.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
I like these books. These are some nice books.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Right? There's nothing here on the wall. I looked right. There's no.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Look at all the nature paintings. The paintings.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one simple thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
But I
You
did.
could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Nightshark 511.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
This is so great.
Stanley? Hello? Is everything okay?
Are you okay, Stanley?
Please.
Please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door.
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
Is everything alright?
Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
The story needs you.
The story needs you.
It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? We're the narrator.
The choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You can't be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
Choose?
Do something. Anything. This is more important than you could ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
Elevator Bossa Nova.
So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
It's 4 now. Jeez. It's quite the paper trail.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Leaving your computers on in the middle of the day. How irresponsible.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to go right. Nothing seems to be different. I mean, there's no paper trail in that one. So we gonna go right, I guess. Okay. Right is the right way to go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic.
Perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a smaller
version
room.
and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little.
This made him smile.
At last, proof that he was human.
Oh my god.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Oh, this is gonna take so long.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you're very powerful.
Nah, I get my power because I fart on the moon.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Alright, I gotta do it. Now I gotta actually listen to him and we gotta
When
speak
Stanley
night
came
sharp
to a set
into
of
the
2
thing.
open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I didn't expect it to
Perhaps he
actually
wanted
kill
to
the
stop by
story.
employee lounge first, just to admire
Or
it.
divert it so much like that.
And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself.
What a room, what a room, what a room.
This is what Stanley thought.
What a
What a
room!
room.
What a room, what a room, what a room, what a room.
Va-va-voom. What a room. But eager to get back to business,
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
We're gonna go there
I realize that
soon.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this
That's a whole
time.
nother area too, it
There's
looks
someone
like.
you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Don't do anything he tells you, anything at all.
That's her, Stanley. You need... Oh, no.
You can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Well, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
You actually chose
incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
You chose incorrectly.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices?
What
did you... Wait a second. Did I just see...
No, that's not possible.
I
I
can't
believe
believe
it.
it.
How had I not noticed it sooner?
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch.
Oh god, I have that kind of risk on my watch.
So I can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Please observe this helpful instructional video. Can we skip it?
It's the best part of being
Oh,
a
come
real
on.
person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices
Wasn't that a
per
woman
day.
last time?
Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant.
And the feeling should subside.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material
Falling
covered in
asleep?
this video.
I can understand that. I feel like I'm pretty close to the end.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Finally. The fact that we put guardrails on it.
Choices are meaningful. We can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That
story would make no sense at all.
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Alright, here we go. What happens if I leave the boss room too early? Boss room? Sounds like an actual fight.
The door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. The writing on the wall in the bathroom changes.
Stepping inside his
you
manager's
can't.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the
Night
code.
Shark 511. Or is it 115? I don't even know. Can you legitimately not do it? Well, that's disappointing.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Really? You legitimately can't?
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please
Well, that sucks.
speak the code into the receiver.
I restarted it for
Otherwise, we can't
nothing.
get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
This is... I'm just...
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to
Night
do.
Shark
I
115.
asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means.
Well, that's stupid then. We're gonna check out that walkway.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to
How's
get
that
back
for
to business,
misdirection?
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something with zero consideration for others. Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Danger everywhere. Okay. Alright.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so
All I'm
much
gonna do,
happier
Blue.
if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Sasha. Hi, baby. Come here. You want to sit on my lap? You can sit on my lap. Oh! Okay. I hurt my scab. Come here, Sasha. Come here. Come here, baby. Yes, come here. Yes, come here. Come here. Come here. You're such a pain in the ass. Come here. Oh, here you go. Now you can sit on my lap and be loved. There you go. Good girl. Alright. Loading. Okay.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Is it the escape pod? Whoa.
Here.
Whoa.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Yeah. Huh. Wow. So beautiful. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. Colors and shit. Whoa. Look at that. Whoa. Look at that cool shit. Look at that cool shit. Wow. So majestic. It's so gnarly. It's so tubular. It's the same pattern copied and pasted all over the place with different colors. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Shit. Whoa. Even the door I stepped through disappeared. Wow. It's all green and shit. It's all green and shit. Sasha, it's all green and shit. It's all green and shit, Sasha. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at how green it is. Look at how green it is. Okay, it's too much green. Seriously, you guys need to lay off the green. You guys might have a problem. It's too much. Cool shit, so fucking cool. Well, I have to go. I'm starting to fall asleep. I can understand that. Wow. Green goes away. Whoa, now it's red and shit. Whoa. Look at the red and shit, Sasha. This shit is boring. Alright. Have a good night, Candy.
Wait, where are you going?
Well, I was chucked it out for a while. It's not like I was, you know, being disrespectful of your needs.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Well, why? What's wrong with the stairs? Do you not trust the stairs? I'm the stair master. Are the stairs not...
No, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I'm sorry, narrator. Really? 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 But...
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I will. I will think about what I'm doing. I don't want to take that from you. I'm not a douchebag. But Stanley's a douchebag. Stanley doesn't give a shit. Stanley doesn't give two fucks. What happens if I go back to that room now, though? Seriously, though. Something funny could happen. He could say something. Or did the door lock behind me? It didn't lock behind me. At least it doesn't look like it. Okay. Whoa! Whoa!
Good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
But I can't stay here forever, dude. I'm Eric. Whoa. Look at all that shit.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Until my computer dies, old buddy. Until my computer dies. he said with a smirk and a grin.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
It's the stairway to death. It's the stairway to heaven. I'll give you one more chance to keep saying stuff. Because now I'm curious. They have so much extra lines of dialogue in this game. Yeah, he's not gonna say anything more. We're done. Okay. We're done, Zoe. We gotta check out the blue door now. Aily!
No! Oh,
Oh,
thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Wait. Really?
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
I mean, you can only see this. Maybe if this was in VR, it'd be cooler, but it's not, so whatever.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No, what do you do? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
This is starting to take some time, man. Back up and down, 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 up and down. Give me a VR. I have a really creepy game I'm going to be playing later, but can't play my Switch in VR. Not yet. Unless the Switch is going to become a VR, which is actually pretty likely. I got a scary game in VR that I almost played tonight, but I'm going to play that in Halloween on in October. We're gonna play it in October. It's called The Chair in a Room, and it's supposed to be really trippy.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
He's so sad. I feel bad.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see. You'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
This isn't happiness anymore, though. It's cool for the first, like, few minutes, and now it's boring.
Perhaps not.
They're not even lights, they're just color.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? that you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Oh,
You're
that feels
literally willing to kill yourself
No.
to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
No, you're not. I feel really bad. Shit. It's so bad. It's so bad. I feel so bad. This is like genocide Undertale bad. Oh man. Okay. Alright. Third time's the charm, I guess, huh? This is jacked up. This is jacked up. I'm sorry, narrator friend. How are we...
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
I'm killing him.
It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
Well, like, do the restart right here and we'd be good.
To be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Oh. Man, I feel bad. Killing his, like, hopes and dreams, yo. This is so bad. I wanted us to be happy, Stanley. What, you wanted him just to stand there forever till he dehydrates or shits himself?
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Aww. Blue door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This is new.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay. That's when he runs out of stuff to say.
Back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sasha, what you doing?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see
Shit,
that
I got
really
confused.
have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices.
I got
The two of us
confused.
always trying to get somewhere
I
that
thought,
isn't here.
never mind.
Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right
Shit.
now. Don't you see?
I got confused. Alright. That's my bad.
even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Hi, baby. How's my Sasha kitty?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
This one.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley.
Ceiling light. Ceiling light office space. Look behind me. I didn't see anything behind me. I was looking around. Oh, you meant because for the blue door. Wow. Textures.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Worldwide leaderboard. Good old Neil. Skid is offline. Nacho. Walla. Hogarth. Do you know that 21.3% skipped the intro secrets? Only the worst 3% of player chose the blue door. 99. Oh, wait, hold on. How long did it take you to get to the correct door? Compete with others to improve your Stanley Parable career. This is you. In total. Doors opened, attempted, steps taken, endings achieved. Doors closed, awards won. 99% of players are more attractive than Stanley. This is your superior, a dead rat.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Sure.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on. And now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
This is gonna be awful.
The baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right. And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game. All about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about
4 hours.
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
4 hours, okay. We're about 10 seconds into the game. We have about 4 hours to go.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
It's over.
It's over.
Thank you for
Thank
playing.
you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley.
You can't jump.
I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then...
He's playing Minecraft. What the fuck?
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I know, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside.
It's another door.
Comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of
Diamond. Diamond everything.
Yes. Come
Come
along,
on,
Stanley.
We have to go.
diamond.
What the fuck? They must have gotten some serious... They had to have gotten Mojang's permission for this shit. There's no way. But I can't jump. How am I ever going to get back up?
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. Can you give me one? Is it a zombie game? We're gonna die from zombies. We're gonna fall into the lava and die. Hey, this is some useful shit, right? I don't know what it is, but we should take it.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear.
Terraria.
Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh, that's close. Portal. Is it Portal? You said radio. I call it. Yes.
Yes! I don't even
know
know
what
what this
this game is,
but
but I
I
love
it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious.
Let's go find out what
the
hell it is.
this is.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I took the radio when I played Portal 2 as well.
Oh,
It's a puzzle critical thinking
thinking,
Stanley. Your forte.
Genius.
Genius.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then, I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work, and I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
You can trap yourself in here. Try it later. Oh my god. Is there cake? It's the broken Stanley parable. Work in progress. Please rate experience. It's a little dark in here, I can't see. Maybe it's time for some face punch. Oh, hi. It makes this creepier. It's easier to see though. Oh, this is where we started. It actually came in handy. $427. I don't think there's anything else to do in the game. I think we're pretty much done with the game. I don't think there's anything else.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Debug menu. Okay. How do I make it work? Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. For the entire duration of a Tuesday, go outside. Don't play the Stanley parable for 5 years. Click on door 535 times. 435 times. Achievement. This is an achievement. Welcome back. Quit the game and then start it again. 435 times. Okay. Welcome back. Well, that's what I'm trying to do, but it's not doing anything. Where's the debug? You have to do it from the Steam? I don't get it. I have to do it from Steam. I don't know what that means. I have to do it from Steam. I have to do it from Steam.
This is the story.
Bring up your games in the Steam library, okay?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Right click on the Stanley Parable. Okay.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay. This is so stupid.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Okay. Forgot where we went fourth. Yeah.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
15, 10 clicks.
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I don't have these places memorized, so.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
All right.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
This is stupid. This is awesome.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
What was I thinking? How dare I? Alright, bring up your games in the Steam library. Right-click on the Stanley Parable. There's nothing to type in. It's play game, view news, view community hub, view forum, view community guides, write review, add to favorites, set to categories, create desktop shortcut, backup game files, uninstall properties. There's nothing to type in. Click properties. Okay, we're in properties. Set launch options. Oh. Type in the following -console. I did. And then set launch options. Okay. God. Fucking mosquitoes, dude. Set launch options. And then type in /console. Okay, I did that. Now what? And then play the game? And then I'm guessing it's play the game. Press pause, then the squiggly line. Okay. Oh, hey. Now what? It's 5 o'clock. SV underscore cheats 1.
Stanley, this is me being serious. In fact,
This is my serious room.
It's
where I come to be serious.
That table is the most serious table I could find. I looked
Can you
at
tell me
many,
about not
many
to
tables,
cheat?
hundreds of tables. It's possible I looked at over 1,000 tables. I honestly don't know. The specific number isn't as important as the understanding that of all tables I looked at, this one is the most serious. I relate this story to impress upon you the extent to which this is the most serious room I have, which is why I brought you here. You just tried to activate server cheats, which of course runs the risk of breaking the entire game. You've got no respect for the strict order of scripted narrative events, and I just can't have that. It's time to get serious, Stanley. No jokes, no games. Outside of this room, I might be more tolerant of those things, but now we're in the room. Which is why I'm subjecting you to the most serious punishment I can think of. 100 billion trillion years standing here in the serious room. Perhaps after that, we can talk about the severity of your actions and whether you've learned anything. But until then, serious room, go. Whoa, did we not have a talk? Are we not in the serious room this very moment? Did I not tell you how many tables I looked through? I'm going to be conservative and say it was somewhere in the tens of thousands of tables. Any reasonable person would say I spent an absurd amount of time doing nothing but looking at tables, and I genuinely considered each one too. I took a hell of a lot of notes. I kept the notes in a different room. That room is less serious than this one. It's more of a notes room. Again, the point of this story is to convey how serious I feel this cheating issue is. And I'm sure you'll agree with me once you've fulfilled your new punishment. Infinity years in the serious room. I generally have trouble reading human emotions, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you're devastated by this crippling new punishment. As well you should be. It's the most serious I could think of. Can you get more serious than that? No, you can't.
Infinity times infinity.
Still no effect. The problem is clearly the serious room. It isn't serious enough. That's on me, Stanley. I apologize. I'm going to the store to look through more tables. Hopefully I find one that conveys how wrong what you're doing is. Now, where did I put those notes?
This is really creepy. This is really creepy. Anything else? Okay. The end is never the end.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh shit. I forgot I had something important to do today. Well, now it's today.
Yet there was not a single person
Oh
here
man.
either.
I'm
Feeling
screwing
a wave
myself
of
over big time.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 284. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he
I forgot about
didn't even
that.
have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
I am the most expensive boss.
Feeling soothed
Take
and
badge.
rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
If you think this is funny, then you'll love the Stanley Parable HD remix. It's funny enough for you. I thought this was the HD remix. No, it's not. Well, that's confusing and frustrating.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
HD remix is something else, huh?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
We're doing the right thing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exist.
There we go.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Ah, yes.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley
Was happy. The end. I Alt F4'd.
But Stanley
Alt F4 doesn't work. Okay, well that's enough. I stayed up way later than I should. I thought there wasn't going to be consequences for it, considering I have tomorrow off. But there's going to be consequences because I have a meeting for something. So, fuck my life. That was fun. Hope you guys had fun. That certainly cracked me up a whole bunches. What the hell is that? My brother's got some weird games. Okay. It was nice to meet you, Death Attack. You have a good night, my friend. That was fun. That was enjoyable. I'll have to look into the HD remix of it. I thought that was it, but apparently not. So, Stanley. Hey, thanks for following. I appreciate that. I hope you had fun. I had fun. That game was a riot, man. Yeah, good morning, exactly. You take care, my friend. You get some sleep. I'll catch you another time. I'm going to turn this off and go to bed.